Well, hello everyone. It's great to be back here on stage on FAVunite TV. We are so excited because we have an amazing guest. I'm going to give you the bio in just a second, but I just want to first say that I met this woman a few decades ago. I won't bother to say how many at this point, but I met this woman a few decades ago. And the first thing you notice about her is her smile. It just beams from like sunlight and from ear to ear. She has this wonderfully infectious, beautiful personality, and she's so doggone smart. She is intelligent. She delivers impact in whatever she says, even hello. And it's great to be here with you. Anything she says is just a ray of sunshine. So, my guest today on stage on FAVunite TV is none other than Reverend Charline Manuel. Charlene is an inspirational author, speaker, unity minister, and board consultant for faith based organizations. In her work, she has encouraged small and large audiences nationally and internationally through her writings, keynote messages, workshops, seminars, and retreats. Charlene is passionate about developing and harnessing the positive attributes that support individuals in living a high quality life personally and professionally. She promotes the development of skills and abilities that advocate harmony, diversity, inclusion, and empathetic relationship building for a more compassionate and peace filled world. So, ladies and gentlemen, just help me to recognize this beautiful spirit, Miss Charline Manuel. Charline, how are you today?
Oh, I'm wonderful after that great introduction. Wow, I'm thinking as you're speaking, who is that person? Thank you so much, my dear. And you know the feeling is mutual. I absolutely adore you. And when you asked me to come on your show, I just said, okay, when? There's nothing to think about. Let's just do it because it's you. And I love, appreciate, and respect you so much. So thank you for the opportunity to be with you today. It's a joy.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it is all my pleasure. Such a joy to have you here. And, you know, as I was telling people, we've known each other for a long time, seen a lot of things um, change in the circles for which we travel, particularly in unity, in ministry in general, in spirituality, how all of those things have evolved in the 20, 30 plus years that we've known each other. So I first would like to ask you, what have those changes been like for you? How have you seen us grow and evolve or devolve in some cases? What are the things that you've noticed that we should know just about our own spiritual growth and development?
You know, that's a great question, Bukeka, because there's been tremendous growth on the level of our individual sense of self. And there's been tremendous sense of growth in those kinds of things that make for family and community and love of life and appreciation of our world. There's been a lot of that. Unfortunately, we don't get to hear a lot about that. So it's great to have the kind of program that you have where we really get to celebrate the growth and the change and the evolution that just doesn't get its fair shake in terms of our spirituality as we get to know and love and appreciate ourselves more. We really find that the the blessing, the gift, and that is we're able to connect with people in harmony and love and peace and joy and really lift up those aspects of our lives where we recognize how important people are in our lives. You know, our friends, our family, as our coworkers. I do a lot of workshops, and I do a lot of work with boards, and I do the board training. But we start out the board training by like, put all the books aside, let's sit in a circle, and let's just be together. Before we go do all the work we've got to do, let's just be present to one another. Let's celebrate one another. Let's talk heart to heart with one another. And then we can go and do our work. But what I find is the work is a little bit easier after we've connected heart to heart, spirit to spirit, soul to soul. It just is the thing for us that if we can remember to do that, to connect heart to heart, things get a little bit easier. Not, doesn't solve everything, but just in incremental stages as our relationships get better, the effect of our work, and we've got a lot of work to do, the effect of our work gets a little bit more palatable. It gets more joyful, And that's what I feel like at this point, at this juncture in our evolution and all that's going on in the world and in our communities today. We need that joy. We need that joy.
We do.
And so I see that, as we learn to draw on that more personally for ourselves, so can we sort of pull it out of others, create the space for others to celebrate joy in life and who they are and who they are becoming. So
Absolutely.
That's kind of my elevator pitch there.
Yeah, exactly. And, when you talked about fellowship, I remember when fellowship at church was a meal, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
we literally broke bread together, and there was the committees that put on the fellowship that day, and there were the special announcements of the things that were happening in people's lives that people could cheer on and celebrate. And we've gotten so busy, and that sense of community is very important. I think it's actually resurging in a sense, but that whole thing of I gotta go here, I gotta go do this, I gotta go. Really kind of we saw that sense of community kind of not as prevalent as it was. And of course we're all eating better too. So we don't have as much fried chicken that we used to have.
But we
Cornbread was
try
better.
not to.
Try not
You
to.
got to have a little fried chicken every now and then.
Exactly. A little catfish, you know. But at the same time, uh, I think that what you were saying as far as that sense of community, it brought us so much joy, and we really are, I think, needing and probably yearning to get back to that.
Yeah. And we really are. I think life is kind of forcing us to get back to that for our survival. There is so much trauma, and I will say unsolved or unhealed, unrecognized trauma that people are carrying. I mean, stuff happens, and what do? You push it down and you get on about the business for what you've got to do today and next week. Something happens, you push it down. You've got to do what you got to do. You've got to move forward. But at some point, there has to be an opportunity for us to just allow that the pain, the trauma, all of that to just rise up to a place so we can address it, We can reconcile it, we can heal it, maybe even reframe it, maybe try to understand it. And then what we find in that whole process is the awakening of joy in our own spirits. Um, but you're right. We get so busy that we don't have the real community. And I suppose the pandemic didn't help at all because it kind of forced everybody into their own, home or, in their own little small spaces and not really reaching out. And we kind of made that like, well, okay, that's the way life is now. And there is the opportunity, I would say, for us to not like say, okay, but to really understand, and I'm going to use this term because there's a group I'm working with, and this is our phrase is community is really medicine. Community is really the balm for our souls. Community is really the opportunity for us to grow in the spaces and in the areas of our inner life that we need to express in our outer life. And it's I think if there's anything that I have learned, and I've learned, two or three things over the last few years, but that I really appreciate, even the pandemic just kind of puts it in your faces, how important connection with people, how important that really is. And you're the singer, you sing, so, but there's an old song that I absolutely love from, I guess, maybe the 1970s when I used to sing it. And it says, people who need people are the luckiest people in the world. I didn't sing that very well, but you get what I'm saying.
Yes, you did. But it's true.
To really hold that. And when we're with each other, if we can hold that space of saying, I'm in the presence of somebody who's important just because they are, period. Not because of, what status they have or what they can do for me or how much I like them. I'm in the presence of another human being. Wow, God has placed this person in front of me and they deserve my attention. They deserve my open heart to just listen and be present to that experience. So I think with a lot of changes in our world today and how we're a viewing world, I think one of the things that has to happen is getting back to that sense of honor, appreciation, and respect for one another, even at a very basic level, so we can all learn to live on the planet together,
Yeah.
no matter where we are. So we can all learn to live on this beautiful planet that we live on. Oh my God, the planet is gorgeous. And we all get to live on this planet. Can't we all just enjoy it? With each other and celebrate that. So that's one of my other one of the little things that I work with a project on the Parliament of the World's Religions Board called the Global Ethic. And there are 5 tenets in it, but the 5th one is, celebration and appreciation of the earth, respect for the earth. And wow, what would it really look like if all God's children could just play and enjoy one another all on this beautiful, beautiful planet? What would, just even saying that, I feel like, wow, wouldn't that be awesome? We could just
Yeah.
all just play together on this beautiful earth. Wow.
It's so true. I've been doing a lot more walking lately. That's another journey. We'll have to do part two for my resurging of health journey, health and wellness journey. But I was out and walking. It was beautiful fall, crisp morning. I just looked up at the sky and I go, gosh, how beautiful is that? How beautiful is it to see the clouds, this blue sky? And even the day before when it was raining, a lot of people are like, oh, it's raining, da, da, da. But I just find it beautiful. that and amazing that we live on this planet, that our creator has created this planet in such a way that um, everything is, even though it seems sometimes not in balance, but that there is rain when we need it, that there is sunshine when we need it, that the grass is greener the day after the rain, that it takes away the impurities in the sky. It's just incredible. And the other part about that I think is so incredible is that when you look at the planet Earth in conjunction with the universe, we're like not even as big as the little glitter on my fingernail polish, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's all this all this activity happening in that much space.
It's amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing. It is amazing. And if in that little dot that we are, inside that little dot, what if we just live together in harmony in that dot? Oh my God, that's the kind of stuff I love to dream about. I love to dream about. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, you have a new book,
I do.
correct? Yes.
I
And
do.
I remember when we were talking earlier, that this is your new baby, your new baby.
Yes. New baby.
Oh, yes. You are a Black-owned business and you're looking for new ways to expand your reach. Or you're a creative and you have an amazing story that needs to be told, seen, and heard. Well, at FAVunite TV, we're streaming the diverse and authentic narratives of Black American culture. At FAVunite TV, you have access to product placement, feedback loops, promotional spotlights, and other ways to showcase your brand. And we have fans all around the world that can't wait to see what you're up to. So come to FAVunite TV because we are showcasing the culture 24/7 with Black stories and Black storytellers. Subscribe to FAVuniteTV.com today. And for more information, email us at info@FAVuniteTV.com or call our hotline at 816-819-9939. FAVunite TV, one of the largest platforms showcasing Black American content in the world.